a little look inside this cook's cottage. It's a little old wood fire oven. Don't think it's operational anymore. Roof height's quite long in that section, reasonable in this section. So the door that I thought was nailed shut is, but there's another door. So looks like there's a bit of a makeshift table and seats. There's a few sleeping mats in here, including a blow-up Thermarest type one, but it looks like it's busted at seam. This is the unfortunate pile of rubbish, which is a bit too much for me to realistically carry out, and God knows how long it's been there. It could be a bit of a rat's nest or something too. Deck cards. Normally find a few of these huts around Tassie. A little bit of extra food just in case somebody runs short. Somebody's left a bag there. I assume that parks are going to come and clean it, one would hope. So there's 3 water tanks hanging off this, I do believe. There's another little doorway here into just another little back room. It looks like that's where Parks has been keeping their pipes for repairs to the water system. So that's Cook's cottage. I'm going to take this Bryans Beach track 1 hour that way. Have a little bit of an explore, poke around, take some photos, but I'll fill up with water before I go. I've just got to Bryans Beach. What a spot. Sort of kicking myself for not bringing the hammock with me. There's a couple of perfect trees for a spot to hang, and definitely have a place to yourself. Pretty much halfway along Bryans Beach now. That's actually another island just off the peninsula. Across there is the mainland of Tasmania. Well, I'm still on mainland, but on the peninsula. And that's the way I've just walked from. There's a boat down that end, but it's actually a lagoon just inland. So I'm just wandering down the beach, seeing what I find, taking a few photos, and taking it easy today. Here's a lagoon, definitely salt water I'd say. Upstream though would be fresh somewhere, but I don't know how far up you'd have to go, and I don't know how easy it is to get up there. Back to camp, it's about 6 o'clock tonight for tea. We're having Easy Mac bacon carbonara mixed in with Easy Mac chili cheese flavour, so bacon chili cheese carbonara, something like that. Anyway, it's a bit of a concoction, and it actually uses pretty much the capacity of my pot and bowl, and I've got to do a bit more actively cooking with it, so I'm going to do that while it's still daylight. There's a few other people down at the campsites today, all in tents of course, but I'll learn one day. But the sun's about yay high, it's quite hazy and some light clouds. Don't think it's going to rain, but I'll wait and see if there's a sunset later, because I'm going to turn in pretty early I think, pretty knackered after not sleeping too well last night and a busy few days beforehand. So anyway, I'm going to start cooking tea and I'll show you the end result. So I've got the pasta in the cold water. Well, it's getting warm now. I've got to basically make sure it doesn't catch, cooking on the Fancy Fest stove by Zilf. So I've just got to stir it every now and then, make sure it doesn't stick, which it does sometimes. It's hard to clean. Then I've got 2 satchels of the powder sauce. So once the pasta's all plump and water's absorbed and such, I then empty the pasta or noodles, macaroni, whatever you want to call it, into the silicone bowl, which is easy to clean because it gets quite messy. And then I add the sauces in and I mix up while still warm, and try not to get any big pockets of powdery unhydrated sauce in there. So it's starting to plump up. There's 1 1/3 cups of water going to this. I think the pot's only rated to 700 millilitres, or the bowl is, one or the other. So, but by the time the pasta itself plumps up and mixing the sauce, it gets quite full. So that's how it's cooking, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, then once I've got it all cooked and added in the sauce, I normally drop the silicone bowl back in the pot. Gives it a little bit of residual heat, and also something a bit more stable to hold on to, less likely to squeeze and slop it everywhere. And you wind up with some concoction that looks like that. Hope that's on the camera. Should be on the camera. But now for the taste test. One last good stir. Can't see any pockets of sauce. There's some which are a bit more chili-fied than others, but it's all part of the fun. It's good. You can really taste the chili. It's got quite a nice kick to it, but it's got that bacon carbonara sort of initial taste, and then the chili, bit of a chili kick. So I like it. Those ones are made by Kraft. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, or I don't know if Kraft is worldwide, probably is, but they're snack size. They're only 70-gram packet sizes, but mix 2 of them together and it makes a good meal. It's me for now. I'll eat this tea. End of day 2. Just took some sunset photos and then crawled into the hammock. Well, not crawled, you'd crawl into a tent. Hopped into the hammock. I've tried to outsmart the possums. Yes, that's what's right. It's come down to outsmarting small mammals. I've hung my pack up the head end of the hammock on the outside, of course, and I've got the camera bag down the bottom, trying to even out the weight a little bit, only a little bit, but still. There's no room up the head end anyway. So the last of the lights are sort of fading now. I'm pretty beat after the last few days. Had a few big days leading up to this weekend. So, well, not weekend, it's middle of the week. But yes, leading up to walk, I've just felt really tired today because of the lack of sleep last night, and the back's not been great but not been terrible. But I can already, I'm not laying properly, but I can already feel it not quite comfortable in the hammock. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, whether we go up over Mount Graham or back out an easier route and back to the car tomorrow. So if I don't sleep well tonight, I'll go out. It's pretty much, there's no point having 3 bad nights of sleep. So then I'll probably go home and start looking at bridge hammocks. Rightio, that's all for now, and check in tomorrow. Morning, or at least morning for me. Just leaving camp. or left camp. It's about 8:15, I'd say. Beautiful sunny day at the moment. That is forecast for rain later. A few clouds over the hazards. Slept a lot better last night, but that wasn't exactly hard compared to the night before. So still didn't sleep great. But there's possums rummaging about, but they didn't get to any of my stuff. And a few boats powered in the middle of the night and had their motors and anchors going and was quite noisy and annoying. But still feel a lot better than I did yesterday. And it is all looks beautiful this morning. There's one person just up the beach in front of me, catching pretty quickly though, so see how quick I'm walking. Another one of those little hermity crabs in there. Be too dark in there to see him. Anyway, probably against a better judgment, I'll head up Mount Graham today. See whether I got Mount Freycinet. I'll decide when I get there based off time and weather. Don't know if I'll camp another night because, as I said, I still didn't sleep great last night. I'll get out halfway through the night though. But hey, I'm in my Hennessy, not my war bonnet, and I could sleep on the other diagonal, which I did, and it helped a little bit. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. But better save battery on my last battery, so I'll check back in later. See yous. Been walking about half an hour, just stopped for my first drink break. It's hot. It's hot to climb, or just barely even started climbing, but I'm at the track. I've got to head up now. Gets worse than that. A few back niggles, but nothing major. But I can hear running water that direction, so I grabbed a bit of extra water at the camp. Got about 3 litres with me, so at least there should be water up the trail. I know where there's a few water spots, so but yeah, it's hot. I'm sweating like anything, so yeah, just thought I'd do a quick update whilst I was stationary. But see a few clouds up above, but doesn't look like it's quite going to rain just yet, so keep going. It's almost 11 o'clock, not quite. I've just reached Cowtears Creek, which is here. Started walking down here. So yeah. There's Mount Freycinet, Mount Graham. So that's a sidewalk. I still haven't decided whether I'll do it, but I think I will. And that's a bit of a climb. It's a bit of a climb up to Mount Graham, but it's pretty easy on the way down. So this is the last sort of reliable water for a while. There's some down here. It must be here or here. It comes. You've got to sort of clamber to it, but so I've still got. I emptied out the rest of the water I had in the water filter bag, so which was about 1.5 litres. So I've drunk about 1.5 litres so far, 2 hours of walking. So I've got about 2 litres of water with me, but I'm going to have a drink now, fill up the bag for the filter, probably not filter it now, but then go do the Mount Freycinet walk. I think the weather's still pretty nice, so it should have a clear view from up top. It's a pretty good view. And by the time I get back down, have a big drink, I'll filter the rest of the water and keep plodding.